Happy Wine Wednesday. We're taking a trip to Spain for a little Spanish bubbly. Here with me now, wine expert Lori Budd. And, okay, I'm calling it Spanish bubbly, but its name is Cava.
It is Cava.
Known by no other name other than Cava.
Absolutely. It is D.O. Cava.
Okay.
And it is such a cool region because it's not a single region.
Oh.
There's 7 very specific areas, 7 DOs in Spain that allow that to be labeled, their bubbles to be labeled Cava. So very specifically. Now 95% of them come from the Penedès region. Which is up in northeastern Spain.
Okay.
So right below France, right along the Mediterranean, and Valencia below it, so the Valencia oranges come right below it. So if anybody's visited Barcelona, you are in a region that can make D.O. Cava.
I have had Cava in Barcelona before.
There you go.
So, okay, remind everybody, DOO, what is that?
Okay, so DO is a denomination de origin. So what it means is that there is a regulatory board that guarantees what is in these bottles.
Right.
So now Cava itself has 2 ways of being kind of recognized, right? So we have ageability requirements and then we have sweetness requirements. So ageability, we have categories such as Cava. This is meant to be drunk young.
Oh, okay.
So this has a minimum of 9 months aging before they can.
Should we try that one?
Yeah, we can
let's
try
that
it.
one.
Okay, so this is Cava. This is 9 months minimum. Okay, and Cava dates back a long time ago. So in 1872, Joseph Revenos went to France and kind of started drinking champagne. And then when
Do we swirl champagne?
You absolutely can. And what happened is he came back in 1872 and was like, you know, I like these bubbles, so I'm going to start making champagne-style wine in Spain. So he created Cava, but it wasn't called Cava yet. Okay, so this is 9 months minimum aging, and this is from Ars Collecta Cordon, and this is 18 generations to this winery. So 450 years, and their cellars are actually declared a national museum.
It's really delicious. You say a bubble style, you know, wine with bubbles, and that's kind of what it reminds me of.
Right.
That is delicious. I like it.
So this is, you know, this retails for $15.
Oh, wow. That doesn't taste like $15.
Right,
that
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So the next tier that we can go up in terms of aging requirements is a Reserva. So this was 9 months. This is now 18 months minimum requirement.
In the barrel.
Okay, no, aging.
Oh, in the bottle.
Okay, so
or
minimum,
however they age it.
So there's differences of when they can age it or how they can age it. But there's minimum 18 before they're going to allow it to be released.
Okay, let's try that one.
So this one is a Reserva, so 18 months minimum. Now the thing is that these are all minimum requirements. The majority of these winemakers are going to keep it longer than that.
Yeah.
Okay, but these are just minimum. So this is 18 months. This is a Blanc de Blanc Cava Brut Nature. So this is going to be the driest type of wine.
I like that.
Okay, so this is actually drier than this because this is a Brut.
Okay. And this one is a what?
A Brut Nature.
Yeah, I like this one.
So natural Brut. And you can smell the difference in the nose.
This one smells like bread almost.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're both delicious. I love them both. So Cava is similar to, not the same, but similar to champagne in that champagne can only be called champagne if it's from Champagne, and Cava can only be called Cava if it's from these 7 different regions, right?
Correct, absolutely.
How is it similar on the tongue or how it tastes?
So same concept, they're aged on lees, right? So you can taste that yeastiness in there. It's up to the winemaker how they want to do that. And they are very strict. The regulations determine what region they can be made from, the ageability of it, and the levels of sweetness, the dosage that's in there is all regulated.
Well, it's very delicious. What kind of grape? Let's move on to this third one. I want to try them all. What is this one?
Okay, so this is a Grand Reserva.
Okay.
So this is Ruvé en Camps Brut Nature Grand Reserva. So sugar level is going to be the same as this. Okay, it's going to be very dry, but now it's going to have 30 months of aging.
Oh, wow. That's a long time.
Okay, 30 months of aging, and this is $24.
Oh, wow.
So you have to think about a winery who's holding on to aging for a minimum of 30 months.
Yeah.
And then you're paying
$24 for it. That's not bad at all.
Absolutely.
This is such a fun alternative to something bubbly if you're gonna celebrate something.
Absolutely. I love Cava. Last weekend, I made a whipped brie as an appetizer and served it with Cava, and it was perfect.
Oh,
it
that's
was
a delicious.
absolutely
That would be a
perfect.
great pairing.
Right?
Yeah, I love, all of these are good, but I really like the dryness of this one.
Okay.
What kind of grapes do we make Cava from?
So Cava can be made, there is Chardonnay in these two. Okay, there is Chardonnay in these two. The Cava has 34% Chardonnay, and the Gilda has 20%. This is all from indigenous. So we have Macabeo, Jaelo, and Parrieda. Okay.
I'll never say those ever again. Well,
Okay.
I like this one. This one
You
could
do
be
love your
good.
rosé.
I do love rosé. It could be a good wine for Valentine's Day that's coming up.
Perfect.
Let's try this one. Tell me about this one.
So this is a Reserva rosé, and what this is, in order to be a rosé and classified as a Cava, it needs to be at least 25% of a red grape variety.
Okay.
And again, it needs to be either Pinot Noir, it needs to be Monastrell or Trepat. Okay, these are the grapes that are in there. This happens to be 100% Pinot Noir.
It is so good.
Right.
I love a Pinot Noir.
One more up from here, which only started in 2017, is Cava de Paraja Calificado.
Okay.
Okay, that is a very select region. Okay, in fact, in 2021 there were only 10 parajes, okay, in all of Spain, and it's less than 10% of the production of Cava. And what this means is now it's not only just aging requirements, which is 30 months and 36 months, right? So 9, 18, 30, and then the paraje is 36 months.
Okay.
This means that there is they're tracing it from vineyard to bottle. It needs to be produced and bottled in the same area, in that same location, meaning winery. There's a very specific traceability to it, and it is as high as the classification. Only 10 parajes since in 2021.
Well, maybe one day you'll get your hands on a bottle, and then you can come waste it.
Absolutely.
Come waste it on me. Okay,
Absolutely.
Lori Budd, thank you so much. I'm a big fan of Cava now. I'm going to go, that's how I'm going to celebrate Valentine's Day, maybe with this one right here. Thank you so much. We'll have
You're
all of these wines online. Thank you. Cheers, my friend.
Slancha.
I always drink all mine. And after a taste of Spain, we head east for some Persian kebabs. Check out what they're cooking up at Kebab Land next.